Good morning, my fellow yoga travelers. I'm mighty glad to be alive today, and I hope that you are too, as we continue to live, laugh, love, learn, linger, and live the life we love. Well, of the masters that have taught me what it is to be an adept, they say, and this is what you're supposed to say to yourself and back it up with action: I am adept at setting up achievements and successes instead of flaws and failures. I learned to observe my teacher, imitate my teacher, and repeat. I internalized the knowledge that I got from my teacher and turned them into promoting habits. That means I invest time and effort in developing the skills to train myself. I take pride in my efforts on a daily basis. I believe in my own self-worth in advance of my performance. And then every day, each day, I do what I set out to do. That is how I became an adept at what my field is. I don't know what my field is, but I think I'm adept in it, right? So then I want to share with you what I would call teachings from the crazy wisdom lineage of Chogyam Trungpa, the Kagyu master that I first came in contact with in 1974 back in Naropa. First, I accept the fact that everyone is unique, as well as being their own caricature. So I like to think of how an artist in a carnival might make one of those drawings of me and what he would caricature about how I look. But I accept the fact that I am my own caricature. Now, I came to yoga to seek some help for my low back, but they say you come to yoga to find yoga, but you end up leaving with the Dharma. And the Dharma is the actuality of truth. And how do you know that? Because you feel peace and the coolness that comes from reducing the heat of neurosis and diminished personality function. Even if that means you have to go back to square one and start again. That's very, very healthy. I've learned not to label myself. I'm not a yoga practitioner. I go beyond labels. My teacher taught me to continue to study rather than at any time proclaiming myself as a finished model. Live yoga like it's an art form. Don't try to put out some kind of packaging, Madison Avenue marketing of yourself. There are other worlds, psychic worlds, spiritual worlds, that make it not only necessary or essential to leave the material plane in terms of being stuck and attached to what you think you're doing in the world and find peace and truth in another direction, which is within. But yet we're not supposed to hang on to whatever medium we use to confirm ourselves. That's just more ego-oriented activity. That's why it's interesting in the Buddhist tradition where they don't stress the theistic connection, which means the belief in God, because almost always the belief system is a way of confirming your ego using God as a reference. How well am I doing? How well am I following the path? Am I saved? And so forth. But who is the one who's asking that question? The big, fat, smelly ego. The very thing that supposedly, according to every mystic tradition, is what keeps you separate from merging into spirit. So what's your motivation? Especially when you lost your connection. Have you found your thread? The thread of your talent to hang on to? Because that's your saving grace. That's your life rope. To be in the path every single day is to face the balance. They say, don't negate the eternalists and don't negate the nihilists. Find the middle path. You're not trying to buy or sell anything to anybody. Even though sometimes life seems so ordinary and domestic, it's boring. Otherwise, you think it's supposed to be so extraordinary and fascinating. This might be it. Both are based on confusion and aggression. Just these things as they are, or as Anais Nin says, we don't see things as they are, we see things as we are. So if you develop yourself, you might find that other people's way falls off of the table for consideration, But your way opens up a resplendent life. That's the most authentic and sincere thing you can do. And I hope you all find your way. So be an adept in whatever field you choose to go into.